I did this whole video earlier, and because the display on top of my camera right now isn't telling me when it's rolling or not, it cut about like a minute into it. I guess like the card filled up and I forgot to format it or something. But I was talking for like 20 minutes. So I have to do this whole thing all over again. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Zach, and today we're in a new place. I have a new room. This is wild because I don't know if you know this, but I no longer live in New York City. Whoa! I've been living in New York for the last 5 years now, and it has been the most amazing experience. It's been a dream come true for me to live not only in New York City, but in Manhattan, in Harlem. It was just, the neighborhood was amazing. I was right off the subway. I could get anywhere in the city I wanted in like 20 minutes, except Brooklyn. I lived there with my buddy Chris, who was my roommate all the way through college. So we're probably married by common law in like 7 states or something by now. Now I am in a new place. I moved to Los Angeles about a month ago, and I know as those words come out of my mouth, it sounds crazy to me. I'm a kid from New Jersey, and the only place to go in the world is New York. That's it. Like when you're growing up, oh, where are we gonna go when we're adults? We're gonna move to New York. Oh, we just finished school. What do? Let's move to New York. That's the thing. That's what you do. It's like the thing Frank Sinatra promised us when we were kids. Like, oh, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere, kid. Like that's kind of how I grew up feeling about New York City. While it is amazing and objectively the best place on the planet, there are some things about New York that it doesn't have. Specifically, if you want to be in entertainment and be in the film industry, like I do. And the biggest problem about New York is that the industry is not there. There's nothing there. If you want to be the person that takes all the crazy ideas and puts them down on paper and then like lets them out into the world to like go happen and live and exist, you kind of have to be here. That was like a huge pill that I had to swallow because I hate LA. You always hear it from people. Like people will the first thing someone tells you when you tell them, oh, I want to be a filmmaker or a comedian or a TV writer, the first thing they'll tell you is, oh yeah, you have to move to California. And in the back of your mind, you're like, psh, yeah, right. What do you know? I'm just a 19-year-old kid with dreams. At some point, you kind of have to just like jump off the cliff and learn how to fly on the way down. And I'll tell you when I learn how to do that because I'm still figuring it out. But I think that's my point. I think like, you know, wherever you are in your creative careers right now, whether it's you're still in school and you're still just like putting in your reps and you're still learning, or like you're fresh out of school and you're just kind of figuring out like, how am I gonna fit into the world? Or if you're like 5 years out like I am and you're still figuring it out. Wherever you are in life, you're gonna come across a point where you're like, what the hell am I doing with my life? And that's normal. Even like the person that you kind of objectify as like, hey man, whoa, you're crushing it, dude. You're like doing it, you know? You're like really doing it. And it's so cool to see you like doing it. Whoever that person is, who you are like, oh yeah, they're totally kicking ass. That person is losing their mind right now because they have no idea what they're doing, and no one does. No one out here knows what they're doing. I was in New York for a while, and I thought it was going well until I kind of hit a wall and I realized like, oh, this is so not gonna lead in the direction that I wanted it to lead. And then I kind of had to realize like, oh man, like, okay, what are my options? What can I do? And then like one thing kind of led to another, and I realized like, shit, I gotta give this a try. Because if I don't do this and 10 years go by and I'm still where I was when I had the chance to make a change in life, I was gonna regret it. It was gonna be the biggest regret of my life if I never tried this. Everyone out there who's like at that crossroad in life where you have the chance to make a decision and you have the chance to change things up, but you're not sure if it feels right or if it is the right move. At the end of the day, you have to just trust your gut, you know, trust your instinct, because it is normally objectively way smarter than you are. Almost my almost like default standard of like life is like, what the hell am I doing? There's rarely ever a moment where I'm like, you know what, I have it together, and that's okay, because for every like day, for every time where I have one of those kind of those down moments where I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. For every one of those, there's always one day or one moment or one like small thing that happens out here that in the grand scheme of life is meaningless and not important. But in that moment, I'm like, oh, that's why I moved here. That's why I picked up my entire life and moved as far away from home as geographically possible, and yet still in the United States. Oh, that now the whole thing's worth it. Like, that's the reason why I moved here, and now this trip is immediately worth it. And now it's already paying dividends. That's a cool feeling to have. You know, I'm gonna share my journey with you guys out here in Hollywood. And just even those words like coming out of my mouth right now is insane. It's insane. Like, because I'm here and this is ridiculous, you know? But I wanna keep you guys posted on how things are going out here. Keep on doing it live, everybody, and I will talk to you guys real soon. This is insane.